In this video, we are going to discuss about product, market, and goods and services, which is a first lesson in business studies. So, what is product? Product is anything which offered to market, right? Which offered to market, which fulfills human needs and wants. Anything you can find in the market that should fulfill human needs and wants. That is product, right? There are two main types of product. There are some other types also, but there are two main types of product. That is goods and services, right? We'll discuss what is goods and what is services later. So, what is market? Market is a situation, right? Highlight the word situation. Don't say market is a place, right? You should say market is a situation, right? Market is a situation where buyers and sellers meet or connect, right? These both words are important, meet or connect, right? Generally, there are two types of market, right? Two types of market. First one is marketplace, right? Marketplace, which is a physical market, physical place, right? For example, supermarket, food city, shopping complex, shopping malls, which are known as marketplace, right? Where buyers and sellers meet each other, right? Second type of market is market space. Market space. Through internet facilities, through internet, buyers and sellers connect each other, right? For example, Alibaba, eBay, Daraz, those are known as market space. That's why you should say market is a situation. When you say market is a situation, that includes marketplace as well as market space. Market is a situation where buyers and sellers meet or connect, right? So we know that two main types of products are goods and services, right? Here we are going to discuss differences between goods and services. There are four main differences between goods and services, right? Goods are tangible, services are intangible. Goods, you can see it, you can touch it, right? Service, you can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can get benefit from that service, right? So, marker pen, you can see that marker pen as well as you can touch it, hold that marker pen, right? But you can't see the service as well as you can't touch the service. Goods can be stored. Services cannot be stored, right? So, for example, sugar. You can store sugar in bucket or in basket. Whenever you want, you can consume it, right? From that basket, from that storage, whenever you want, you can consume it. But you can't store service like that. For example, you are getting an appointment from a doctor, right? You should consume the doctor's service at that time. Doctor gives you that service, right? So there is a time lag, time differences between production and consumption, right? You can store it because you can store it, right? There may be time differences between production and consumption, like sugar. You can store that sugar whenever you want. You can consume it, right? When it comes to services, you can't do that. Whenever teacher is teaching, you should get benefit from it, right? You can't store that teaching service, right? You can't store it. You can't store it, right? You can store goods, but you can't store services, right? Third one is separability. Goods you can separate. You can separate the goods from the producer. Right? For example, you can buy this marker pen by paying a consideration. Once you pay the consideration, once you pay the money, this marker pen is yours. You are getting that ownership from the producer, right? But in relation to service, that is not the case, right? Service are inseparable. By paying a consideration, you can't get the ownership. By paying a fee, you can't get ownership of the doctor, right? Only you can consume its services. His services only you can consume, but you can't get the ownership of the doctor, right? You can't get ownership of the teacher. However, you can consume that services, right? Services are inseparable. You can't separate that service from the producer. Here you can separate goods from the producer. Here you can't separate the service from the producer, right? You can't separate the teaching service from the teacher. Third one is identical, right? You can compare two marker pens. These two marker pens are goods. You can touch it, you can see it, right? You can compare two marker pens easily, right? But service varies according to service provider. You can compare services, but that is difficult when compared to goods, right? There's a complexity in evaluating. You can compare, but that is difficult when comparing to goods, right? Services varies according to service provider.